Hello everyone, my name is Idiotic Synergy and today we're talking about the Arco-Flagellants. I love my body horror and this is pure body horror. It is grotesque, it is peak 40k Grimdark. Holy shit, this is awesome and I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, look at that. That right there is just disgusting. The Argo-Flatulence are... I'm saying that wrong, I know I am flatulence, they're just farting around. But these are like prisoners and shit that have been servitored and now have turned into this, and it's horrific and shows that the Imperium aren't exactly the best people. It's all about point of view, in it. Some people think the Imperium are good guys, some people think they're bad guys. Me, personally, compared with everything else, they're on par. I mean, have you seen Dark Eldar? They are definitely the bad guys. But, yeah, this is pure 40k body horror, and I want to see these more on the board. In fact... these would make for some amazing redemptionist juves. Like, seriously, these would make for some amazing Necromunda juves. That would be horrific, because you can give juves a melee weapon. And just on that... I've got an idea for juves now. Argo-Flatulence. I love them. I absolutely love them. They are just grotesque. They are horrible. I mean, look at that. I mean, they've all got numbers and, like, they are dehumanized and brutal and their arms are gone, replaced with this, and all they can feel is berserk anger. And yeah, I love them. I absolutely love them. I also like looking at the back of them, because at the back they all have like these massive needles, and the way it's painted, it's really fucking brutal, and there's wires going into them, and they've been chained, but obviously they've been broken out. So yeah, look at them. Look at like the pure... it's brilliant. It is peak 40k design. This is perfect body horror. And this is why I like Sisters. Not because Sisters are... well, Sisters are interesting, but I think what makes them interesting for me personally is the amount of fucked up body horror they do. Like, you have Repentia, who are just really fucked up sisters. You've got Penitent Engines, which are like... sisters who have been condemned to die in like the worst way possible, and then you've got the Argo-Flatulence, which are like prisoners that have been turned into this, and it's a brilliant, grotesque showcase into what the Imperium does to maintain its order. It is perfect 40k design, and I assume it's a plastic kit. Yes, it is. It's a... yeah, it's a plastic kit. Yeah, I hope. I'd say I hope. Yeah, it is. So, sorry. And yeah, you can... it would make for some perfect redemptionists. This would be perfect for kit bashing some redemptionist juves or House Cawdor juves, like bone pickers. That would be brutal. If you had like a bunch of bone pickers like these around, that would be amazing. Anyway, I've got to show you the rules, and I have no idea what their rules are. I assume they get a bunch of attacks. I'll laugh if they have a ballistic skill, like a gun. Like one of them's armed with a pistol. You hit on 6, but every 6 does a mortal wound. Anyway, let's get into the rules, shall we? So, these are the rules, and they're quite simplistic. They're 13 points per... I assume per 3 models, they're like 13 points. Not for like the entire unit, surely. Sure, or maybe, is that per model? I don't know, because you need... you can do power rating, but that's just odd. So, a unit size is anywhere between 3 and 10. They're 13 points per unit, but as they or per 3 models, I don't know. And movement 7, weapon skill 4, no ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 2, attacks 2. That seems a bit low, but then again, you can have a shit ton of them. 7 leadership. I'm surprised they even suffer leadership, and save of a 7. So they don't get a save. Oh dear, bless them. They're like old school poxwalkers. But leadership. Do they even do leadership tests? That doesn't make sense if they do. Anyway, the Arco-Flagellants, strength +1, so strength 5, AP -4. Sorry. Where did I get 4 from? Oh, I looked up there. AP -1, damage 1. And each time you make an attack, make 2 hit rolls instead of 1. So you can have 40 attacks if all 10 of them arrive. And Endurant Implants. The bearer has an attacks characteristic of 3 and strength characteristic of 5. Okay, is that worth 5 points? Yeah, I'd say so. So you get a few more extra attacks. And their abilities, Zealot. Every time they charge, or was charged, or perform a heroic intervention, you can reroll the attack's hit roll. Very nice. Ecclesiastes, I can't pronounce words. The Battle Concave, each time there's a Cult Imperius Priest unit, one Arco-Flagellants unit can be included in a detachment without taking up a battlefield role slot. Very nice. Which does mean you would either have to take a missionary or a preacher. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Berserk killing machines. Every time someone loses a wound, roll 1d6. On a 5, that wound is not lost. They are old school Poxwalkers. Yeah, they are. They remind me of 8th edition Poxwalkers. Because Poxwalkers used to have a save of a 7, but it would go straight into disgustingly resilient. And yeah, this is what happens quite a lot. So yeah, they've got old school disgustingly resilient to save them. And Instrument of Pain and Penance, this unit cannot perform any actions. It seems weird they can still fail morale, but that's just me. And yeah, there's extremist trigger word. What? Extremist trigger word. They are triggered. So they're all the vegan teacher. Wonderful. So, when an Arco-Flagellants unit from your army is selected to fight, until the end of that phase, change the ability of all Arco-Flagellants models in that unit are equipped with the following. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, make 3 hit rolls instead of 1. At the end of the phase, roll 1d6 for each model in that unit. For each one, one model in that unit is destroyed. Okay. Alright. Fine. That stratagem sounds stupid, but I love that. So you can get extra attacks where you make 3 hit rolls instead of 1. And you get 2 attacks, so yeah, that's if you have all 10, play that, then you get 60 attacks if all 10 just gang up on one unit. Hitting on 4s, wounding most likely on 3s, unless they're attacking a vehicle, in which case wounding on 5s and 6s. AP -1, damage 1. I like that. It's just weird that they can fail morale. I think that's weird. I think they should be mindless. Because, you know, they've had their brains altered and they're prisoners. I think they should be mindless. Because losing them to morale would be really weird from like a lore point of view. Because they don't think for themselves. But then again, that's just me. And that's all the rules for them, I'm afraid. So, I've been Idiotic Synergy, and I'll see you later. Remember, take care, stay safe, and look after each other.